OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
Finding my Nord is more than a quest. I don't want to live someone else's life or someone's definition of what my life should be. I don't care if it's glamorous, but I don't want it to be modest either. Lucky are those that have found the path. But blessed are the ones that are still on the journey. Never stop searching for it. Because it too is looking to be found. So this is my beginning. This is my calling. This is my journey. And this is my Nord. Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do, and what we make. Because if we're not living our true self, we're not really living at all.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is the OnePlus 6. The OnePlus 5. OnePlus 3T. When we first set out to create smartphones back in 2013, we just felt like the products on the market, they weren't done well enough. And we would put our utmost effort into making sure that every part of the smartphone was interrogated in a way that made the overall experience really good. We had a dinner together where we discussed kind of the principles in this team and how it will be run, how it will be different from the other teams, and also that we're all in this together.
那天晚上，比如说 Paul 你和 Carl 来做这个项目吧，我第一反应就是很高兴，第二个就是也很忐忑，就非常的忐忑。
After this decision was made, we decided to kind of burn the bridge. If you always have something to go back to, you're not going to put in 100%.
第一个要对得起 P 的这种信，第二个是怎么去真的是能做一款获得用户认可、能占领用户心智的一个产品。
如果作为一个设计师来看，我们的挑战在哪里？其实，当我们面对一款可能性价比更加紧凑的一款产品的时候，那对设计师挑战来看，就是说它有更多的限制，可能要求你在产品的平衡当中去找到最优解的答案。
Because we built so much brand equity in the OnePlus brand over the past few years that we can't risk the trust that the consumers have in us just because we have a lower price point.
那两个项目都做完啊，我有提前让他在做这个设计规划吗？
但我觉得那样时间又很难管控。
你为什么很难管控呢？
就是你要在同时去管理两个供应商，然后还要时间上要重新排。
你是广角还是普通的？
这有点变形了嘛？有点看变形。有点变形了嘛？你看，这有点歪嘛。那么设计的差异化，实际上，最容易体现的就是在那个摄像头。那你要考虑是消费者，你想传达给消费者的是什么？那你要是基于这个点去思考。
在当中，我们是选择了一种与现在以往完全不一样的，可能更前卫、更有个性的一款产品设计。那这款产品设计，其实我们内部当时是一致非常满意的一个结果。我们把这款产品推到了用户的面前，让他去做选择的时候，他给我了截然不同的答案。前5、6年当中一直在设计旗舰产品，我们对成本以及给设计师的空间来看是无比巨大的。那对设计师挑战来看，就是说，以往你可能做的一些发挥和空间，它可能更加有局限性，也是抱着一种勇气或者是纠结的状态，是把它全部推翻掉了。
然后说到手机的软件硬件，其实我认为呢，它是一个整体，也没有软件的硬件，那是完全不可用的；没有硬件的软件，那就是空中楼阁。
Our users, they're knowledgeable. And first is about like fast and smooth.
So do we design for buying power, or do we design for students?
We're really confident about the 90 hertz. And also, we want to build the best fast and smooth experience upon 5G platform.
那我们就会拿以前的老的机器作为对比，所以我们会在其中选择一个最适当的一个标准去卡我们这样的一个机器。所以这就是我们如何把软件和硬件有机的结合到一起，并且通过90赫兹的屏幕把这种流畅的体验带给用户的方法。
就显示屏的变异是最大的，跟这个软件没什么关系，甚至跟高网的可能没关系。那这个是已经发生的事情，对吧？说明这个屏是有问题。
我们拿了新版本，然后做一下测试吧，大规模测试吧。
I think a lot of people think making a smartphone is just about, taking the components and baking it into a kind of form factor and there you go. But how do you take a design concept into a mass manufactured product? There's a lot of steps there.
其实手机是一个非常精密的智能设备，基本上可以分成几个阶段。第一个就是属于 concept 的阶段。那么 concept 的阶段实际上是设计的可行性评估，需要2到3个月的时间。第二个阶段就是整个产品开发阶段，那这个时候是整个的开发和我们整个生产是结合最紧密的一个阶段。这个产品是一步一步由设计阶段、设计验证阶段、设计开发阶段，然后到量产阶段，一步一步走上成熟。在所有的供应链的物料 OK 之后，那我们会到整个的 assembly line， 根据那个设计好这个制造的流程，那么会去做组装。
不是 OP8吧？
这是 OP8。
OP8是吧？
其实整个暗示的核心其实就在一个是不一样，还有一个是测试系统。
一加的这个产品的实验是非常多的。在我们的内部测试，我们有跌落是我们有2轮，第一轮是2.8万次，那么第二轮是5.6万次。很难想象，就是说，在一个连续2轮的测试，2.8万次、5.6万次，最终能保持这个整个手机的性能都 OK。整个的一加的整个的实验的测试，它是非常苛刻，标准是非常高的。
We're staying true to what we believe in. We want to deliver a great product to the market. We want to build a new product line that still embodies our never settle spirit. We can still deliver on the product experience that we think is really important.
Sean, the product team and marketing team, let's work together how to express fast and smooth to users.
We had this challenge because there were so many uncertainties around how the coronavirus would kind of unfold.
整个疫情在爆发，但是整个项目又很赶。我们在这个时间段当时全部可能在家办公，全部用 Zoom 在办公，所以那个时候你才发现，原来在一起办公或者是共同交流是一件多么美好的事情。
那么所有我们做产品开发的人，都是集中在一个小办公室里面。整个团队实际上在1月份、2月份、3月份都在一起，他们甚至过年，在过年期间都没回去。
我们还需要让一些设计师冒着一些风险，去一些工厂，去推进项目的进度，保证我们的设计与最终的量产结果是相互一致的。就这个时候，我们在电话会议当中有开玩笑说，很多设计师是冒着生命在打造产品。
哪个好看？It's super simple. It has a little bit of a bumper.
The bumper is good.
The bumper's awesome.
We're lowering down the cost.
我担忧，我跟你说一个我的担忧，市场上这种颜色的手机太多了，我们不够拉开距离。
We should keep our promise to our users.
I think in the early days of this project, we were still discussing, whether we would have an offline event, and if so, where in the world it would be. We kind of knew that there was a high risk of the world being very different around the time of launch, so we were working on this plan B, so we had it in our pocket. I think it's the first time anybody is launching a product in this format, and what I've seen so far, I'm quite confident with. Looking forward to how consumers react.
我觉得印度，我觉得有一件让我个人很难忘的事情，实际上是我们的那个体验店的开业。然后我整个上午都是忐忑不安，因为那是我们第一次在印度，然后一个新的体验店，就是一直心里没底。然后我就问我们同事，我说：“哎呀，这样不停地问有人吗？有人吗？”试盘时间没到，就外面已经排了很长的队伍。然后整个那一天应该是有上千人在那个地方排队。那个时候让我非常非常难忘。
Before I joined the brand, I was a customer. I've been a customer since the OnePlus One released. I remember buying the OnePlus One when it first launched into the country, and I was really excited because only a select few people knew about the phone, a phone that's giving you the best hardware specs that there is, and being able to find a community that likes and enjoys the same tech was fantastic for me. And this brand was really trying sincerely to reach out to its consumers and understand what they want and what they like in a smartphone device. And it's not just being pushed onto them.
我知道我们因为我是以前每年都差不多会去个4到5次去印度，然后每一次去我们都看到真的我们那些用户对一家产品的喜爱，我们丰富我们的产品线，能够让更多的印度的用户能够用到一加的好的产品。其实这个也是我们做这个 Nord 这个产品线的很重要的一个原因。
Why is OnePlus such a well-liked brand here in India? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the invite system, all of that, it was just different. So you probably had a very similar product, a very good product, of course that's a backing, but managed to cut across, right? Because you were different.
Because we've been in the premium category for the past 6 years here in India, we don't know how consumers think in other markets. So we're going to go to Ghaziabad, but we actually don't have any planned itinerary for our day there. And then I'm just walking around stores and talking to people, but we know nothing about that. How can we find out more, or where do we go? What phones are selling well right now?
iPhone, Vivo, Samsung, MI, all phones selling.
All phones selling?
Yes.
How can we help you sell more?
You can give some accessories in box, earphone.
Are they asking for that?
Yes.
We're showing up unannounced in stores, checking out how we're selling our phones and our competitors are selling theirs. And when you launch towards a new target consumer, you need to understand them. Hi, nice to meet you. Why is there 9 people working here?
9 people. So we have 5 people in sale, 2 in executives in cashier, and 1 coffee.
We're finding things that we can improve. Like, for instance, our logo here is very squished. You see it? It's like super squashed.
进入印度市场的时候，那么我们那时候的观点是，印度的消费者他们希望拿到的就是一款好的手机，好的产品啊，所以呢，他们对于硬件的要求，你可以看到的是比较多的。那么印度的消费者呢，他们在购买手机的时候，他们会多方面的去比较啊，他们会详细的去了解你的手机的配置和参数啊。那么他们只希望呢，他们花的钱在手机上花的钱呢，能够物有所值。
It's an aspiring culture, like we learned that today. And they like to belong. They like to signify their identity through their products. What I use is who I am. So that's quite interesting, I think.
Primarily what I do is I do a lot of research into the kinds of trends and behaviors our consumers have. The idea of this focus group discussion is to figure out the right fit for the Indian consumer. And we cannot do that without having their feedback on the process. So yeah, that's really the main reason we're having this focus group discussion.
Check. Strum. Hey, hey, hey. There's one more. My first phone was when I gave my 10th boards, my final exams for my 10th grade, and I got a 9.8 on 10, and they were very happy, and then I got a phone, which was my phone. I still didn't have it all the time because my mom used to keep a monitor on how many hours I used to use it. When I had dedicated hours for studying, I had to give it to her. Hey, soul sister, hey, the Mr. She sucks at na, na, na. Not good.
We've now prepped the focus group material. We've developed different ways to present ourselves. And the focus group starts actually at 6. So we probably should get going quite soon. We don't have anything neutral.
I'll check.
Yeah, it's going to work good, I think. Hey man, what are you doing? You can't do that. No, you can't do that. You can't take the picture. Where's your photo? You can't. Who do you work for?
Don't take any pictures. Okay. Where's Sane?
My name is Jacob, and I've been working for some time with OnePlus. I'll moderate this session today. What do you feel instantly? And please pass around the microphone. And what kind of feeling do you get?
Lots of colors and kind of catches the eye, I feel.
The photos are so clear. People cannot afford DSLRs. They would like a phone that has a good camera quality so they can, click. They can be like amateur photographers or something.
This is a very low trust market. So nobody trusts anything, especially from locals. So you see people saying the local influencers, nobody trusts them. So we need to make people feel more safe somehow. Second is the features and performance. So very, very important in this market. And the third is messaging needs to be even more simple and direct. gotta remember that test.
Finding my Nord is more than a quest. I don't want to live someone else's life or someone's definition of what my life should be. I don't care if it's glamorous, but I don't want it to be modest either. Lucky are those that have found the path. But blessed are the ones that are still on the journey. Never stop searching for it. Because it too is looking to be found. So this is my beginning. This is my calling. This is my journey. And this is my Nord.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is OnePlus 6. OnePlus 5. OnePlus 3. OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
我觉得印度，我觉得有一件让我个人很难忘的一件事情，实际上是我们的那个体验店的开业。然后我整个上午都是忐忑不安，因为那是我们第一次在印度，然后一个新的体验店，就是一直心里没底。然后我就问我们同事，我说：“哎呀，这样不停地问有人吗？有人吗？”试盘时间没到，就外面已经排了很长的队伍。然后整个那一天应该是有上千人在那个地方排队。那个时候让我非常难忘。
Before I joined the brand, I was a customer. I've been a customer since the OnePlus One released. I remember buying the OnePlus One when it first launched into the country, and I was really excited because only a select few people knew about the phone, a phone that's giving you the best hardware specs that there is, and being able to find a community that likes and enjoys the same tech was fantastic for me. And this brand was really trying sincerely to reach out to its consumers and understand what they want and what they like in a smartphone device. And it's not just being pushed onto them.
我知道我们因为我是以前每年都差不多会去个4到5次去印度，然后每一次去我们都看到真的我们那些用户对一加产品的喜爱，我们丰富我们的产品线，能够让更多的印度的用户能够用到一加的好的产品。其实这个也是我们做这个 Nord 这个产品线的很重要的一个原因。
Why is OnePlus such a well-liked brand here in India? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the invite system, all of that, it was just different. So you probably had a very similar product, a very good product, of course that's a backing, but managed to cut across, right? Because you were different.
Because we've been in the premium category for the past 6 years here in India. We don't know how consumers think in other markets. So we're going to go to Ghaziabad, but we actually don't have any planned itinerary for our day there. And then I'm just walking around stores and talking to people, but we know nothing about that. How can we find out more, or where do we go? What phones are selling well right now?
iPhone, Vivo, Samsung, MI, all phones selling.
All phones selling.
Yes.
How can we help you sell more?
You can give some accessories in box.
Earphone, are they asking for that?
Yes.
We're showing up unannounced in stores, checking out how we're selling our phones and our competitors are selling theirs. And when you launch towards a new target consumer, you need to understand them. Hi, nice to meet you. Why is there 9 people working here?
9 people. Actually, we have 5 people in sale, 2 in executives in cashier, and 1 coffee.
We're finding things that we can improve. Like, for instance, our logo here is very squished. You see it? It's like super squashed.
进入印度市场的时候，那么我们那时候的观点是，印度的消费者他们希望拿到的就是一款好的手机，好的产品啊，所以呢，他们对于硬件的要求，你可以看到的是比较多的。那么印度的消费者呢，他们在购买手机的时候，他们会多方面的去比较啊，他们会详细的去了解你的手机的配置和参数啊。那么他们只希望呢，他们花的钱在手机上花的钱呢，能够物有所值。
It's an aspiring culture, like we learned that today. And they like to belong. They like to signify their identity through their products. What I use is who I am. So that's quite interesting, I think.
Primarily what I do is I do a lot of research into the kinds of trends and behaviors our consumers have. The idea of this focus group discussion is to figure out the right fit for the Indian consumer. And we cannot do that without having their feedback on the process. So yeah, that's really the main reason we're having this focus group discussion.
Check. Strum. Hey, hey, hey. There's one more. My first phone was when I gave my 10th boards, my final exams for my 10th grade, and I got a 9.8 on 10, and they were very happy, and then I got a phone, which was my phone. I still didn't have it all the time because my mom used to keep a monitor on how many hours I used to use it. When I had dedicated hours for studying, I had to give it to her. Hey, soul sister.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is OnePlus 6. OnePlus 5. OnePlus 3. OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series.
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward. Call us foolish or naive, but in this fast-changing world that pulls you this way and that, listening to our own inner voice seems like the better way. It's not about revolting against the past. It's simply about staying true to who we are, what we do,
the future.
All right, it's happening now.
Hi, I'm Carl from OnePlus.
What's up, Carl?
And welcome to the world's first product launch in AR. You won't find any queues or crowds here, and everyone watching has the best seat in the house. So for the next 20 minutes, we're gonna make history together. And at the end of it all, we'll bring an AR demo to your home so you can experience our newest product, all while staying safe. But before we jump right into it, I want to give you an update on the OnePlus 8 series. We launched the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro back in April, and we couldn't be happier with the reception from our community and the media. CNET said OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro are killer flagship phones, and Forbes said OnePlus challenges everyone with practical OnePlus 8 and powerful OnePlus 8 Pro. But now let's be honest. You all know why you're here. Today is about the OnePlus Nord. It's an entirely new adventure for us, and I'm really excited to tell you all about it. Before we launched the OnePlus One, we asked people what they wanted to see in a smartphone, and that allowed us to create a device that catered to the needs of consumers and really shook the market. 6 years on, our community has only grown stronger, providing us with unprecedented insights into what makes a great smartphone great. We learned that a quality smartphone experience boils down to 3 things. 1, camera. It's one of the most used features on a smartphone, so any good phone has to come with great cameras. And 2, a smooth experience. So specs and performance are great, but if the experience is laggy, it really detracts from the joy of using the product. And 3, quality. As people have become proficient in using smartphones, they increasingly want to buy one from someone they can trust and make a good product. So that's exactly what we've done. Nord has 6 cameras that goes beyond megapixels, but it's got a lot of those too. Nord features the same fast and smooth experience that's uniquely OnePlus. And of course, Nord is built to the same quality standards as our other OnePlus phones, so it will last you for years to come. We've always placed the smartphone experience on a pedestal, but until now, we've had to rely on the fastest and most expensive components on the market to deliver it to you. We know you wanted a more affordable OnePlus phone, but until recently, it wouldn't have been possible to make without compromising our standards. But technology keeps on evolving, and today, we've finally been able to put together a product that stays true to our user experience standards. A product that truly belongs in the OnePlus family. Introducing Nord. It's pretty much everything you could ask for.
Oh, you heard it. Oh, there we go. AR floating around. 12 gigs of RAM, 765G, IMX586, 90 hertz AMOLED display, and boom, the phone is there. I can almost touch it. This is wild. How about that for a launch event? Holy, so you can, okay, hold on, we're not done. name for sure. Look at this. Okay, we're back.
This is Nord, a device that realizes our goal of sharing the best technology with the world. It's also the result of a whole lot of sleepless nights. Before we had a name for this project, we had a direction, north. There's this concept of North Star, that each and every one of us has a path in our hearts that we follow. In a way, this new product line represents going back to some of the early ideas we had at OnePlus.
Well, that's crazy with the reflections.
A great product at a reasonable price.
I guess the reflections on a rotation.
We named this new product line Nord so that we're always reminded of our direction. When designing Nord, we took inspiration from the natural world and developed two incredible colors. The first is blue marble. It's smooth, striking, and elegantly reflects its environment. Here's Nord in its second color scheme, gray onyx, with a subtle metallic finish under the glass. On the front, you'll find a 6.44-inch fluid AMOLED display with a 90 Hz refresh rate and a bezel-less design. In true OnePlus fashion, we've also paid meticulous attention to the little details to streamline its design. Every segment of the Nord, the camera, flash, front camera, even the SIM tray, has the same oval shape and consistency that's most pleasing to the human eye. We've also developed specialized rings around Nord's camera to better conceal it and maintain the phone's minimalist design. The outermost ring has a PVD coating which, in simple terms, protects the sensor array and preserves its finish when placing Nord down on a flat surface, which you do with your smartphone 250 times a day on average. On the side of Nord, you'll find metal buttons and the signature OnePlus alert slider. And of course, Nord goes through our same rigorous testing and approval from almost 300 hard-to-please engineers who ensure it lives up to our quality standards. And yours. At the heart of every OnePlus phone is great performance, and that all starts with the processor. Nord is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 765 5G that boasts 10% faster speeds, 30% faster graphics, and 35% better power consumption than its predecessor, the 730G. As the name suggests, the 765 also comes with support for 5G and can deliver download speeds of up to 3.4 gigabits per second. In other words, Nord has the potential to far exceed even the fastest home broadband. We've also fitted the Nord with up to 12 gigs of RAM, not because it looks good on a spec sheet, although it does look good on a spec sheet. Instead, that amount of RAM allows Nord to preserve the status of your favorite apps so they don't have to reload when you jump from one to the other. Usually, it's really hard to explain why 90 Hz displays make it difficult to ever go back to anything less. Since we're in AR, you don't have to take our word for it. How about I show you instead? Here's an example of a display running at 1 Hz. You'll notice the scrolling and swiping is so choppy, the phone is practically unusable. Onto 30 Hz now, and you're starting to see a more familiar smartphone experience. But scrolling and swiping still isn't smooth. Finally, let's take a look at Nord's 90 Hz fluid display. You can see that everything is fast and more reactive to every touch. We introduced our first high refresh rate display with the OnePlus 7 Pro last year. Since then, we've been working to refine our 90 Hz technology to deliver the best user experience, like upping Nord's peak touch sampling rate from 135 Hz on the 7T to 180 Hz, so it's even faster at responding to every tap and swipe. Of course, what makes all these specs far greater than the sum of their parts is optimized software. Nord breathes the same oxygen you know and love. Nord comes pre-installed with Oxygen OS 10.5, complete with over 280 optimizations, each designed to deliver the fastest and smoothest experience possible. Here are a few examples. Animations weave every Oxygen OS feature together, so we take each one pretty seriously. In fact, we spent several months perfecting our unlock animations, experimenting time and time again to find the speed and transition that feels the best. Sure, this might seem like a trivial detail. After all, they only last 3 seconds in total. But when you're unlocking your phone over 100 times a day, having great animations suddenly becomes fundamental. Additionally, we've engineered Nord to always dedicate processing power and RAM to running all user interface elements to maintain smooth performance, especially when you're using a bunch of demanding apps at once. All in all, our optimizations mean you are 9 times less likely to experience frame drops even when using Nord in heavy load scenarios. We've also integrated Google's consumer communications apps into Nord. That means it comes with Messages, Duo, and the phone app to offer a seamless, helpful, and safe experience for communicating with others. Now, let's talk cameras. Nord comes with a quad camera setup that offers one of the most diverse photography experiences we've ever created at OnePlus.
The camera breakdown.
Now, we had to ask nicely, but the OnePlus 8 was kind enough to share its 48-megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor with Nord, complete with optical image stabilization, so even the shakiest hands can capture the steadiest shots and buttery smooth 4K video. After you press the shutter button, Nord's also smart enough to remove unwanted noise and sharpen things up in tricky photography settings, like low light. To show the true power of Nord's main lens, we put it in the hands of photography maestro Makeda Sanford. Here's one of her shots. We think it speaks for itself. Flanking Nord's main sensor is an ultra-wide angle, offering a 119-degree field of view, which means there's never a group too big or a building too tall to be captured. Here's another mesmerizing shot from Makeda. Nord also comes with a dedicated macro camera that lets you get as close as 4 centimeters to a subject and a depth sensor to help apply a more accurate bokeh to portrait mode photos. We know what you're thinking. It's easy to make a camera system look great if you put it into the hands of professional photographers. Here's a shot I took of central Shenzhen from my balcony with nightscape mode. All right, let's take a look. If we zoom in, you can see the scene is bursting with vivid colors and detail. In fact, I think this one will go straight to my Instagram after I finish presenting. Now, let's see what the rest of the Nord team has been able to take. Nord also comes with the highest resolution front camera setup on any OnePlus phone. In addition to a main 32-megapixel sensor, you'll also find another ultra-wide-angle lens with a 105-degree field of view, so you can fit more of your friends, your pets, or maybe just your pet's friends. We've also combined Nord's dual front cameras with intelligent software that automatically analyzes your selfies to ensure faces right at the back of a packed group shot are just as clear as those front and center. Plus, Nord's selfie cameras automatically brighten up images, highlight key details, and reduce noise in low light conditions. As you can tell, Nord's cameras go beyond megapixels and offer a truly diverse photography experience. But for you pixel peepers out there, you'll be pleased to hear that we'll be uploading every Nord sample photo onto our website that will be available for you to download in full. Nord supports Warp Charge 30T that can refill its 4100 milliamp hour battery from empty to 70% in just half an hour. Nord is a new direction for OnePlus. It makes our technology more accessible while retaining the same standards you expect from us, which means no compromising on camera, user experience, or quality. We couldn't be happier to welcome Nord into the OnePlus family. Before we discuss pricing and availability, there's one more product we want to share with you today. We know many of you have been asking us to cut the cord entirely and make a pair of truly wireless headphones. Today, we're doing exactly that. Introducing the OnePlus Buds. Buds boast the same seashell-inspired design as our Bullet series and have an in-ear fit that's comfortable and remains secure even when performing physical activity. You're probably wondering why it's taken us so long to make these. Well, the answer is simple. We know the biggest pain point of truly wireless earbuds is battery life. So we wanted to wait until we could deliver a product that met our charging standards. I'm pleased to announce that the OnePlus Buds come with support for the same warp charge technology you know and love. You only have to charge for 10 minutes to get up to 10 hours of listening time. Fully charged, the Buds and case provide 30 hours of battery life. That's enough time for you to jam about 600 songs or plow through 15 movies. These are also our first headphones to feature environment noise cancellation technology. Using 3 microphones on each bud and advanced software algorithms, they're able to eliminate unwanted background noise even when making phone calls. You'll never have to let a strong gust, a fast-moving truck, or loud music interrupt your conversation again. Lastly, the OnePlus Buds come with new 13.4mm dynamic drivers for deeper bass and better overall sound. They also have incredibly low latency, so there's no audio delay when listening to music or watching videos, and an IPX4 water resistance rating. The OnePlus Buds come in 3 colors: gray, white, and Nord blue. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. What's the price of all this? Before we make any announcements, we want to hear how much you think the Nord is going to cost. We'll give you 30 seconds to take a guess. All you need to do is submit a figure using your smartphone.
Oh, it's guess time. So, oh, you're guessing, you're tapping. Wow.
A few more seconds should do it. Make sure to lock in your final number. Now, this would usually be the part where I take a look at your guesses and let you know that Nord is even more affordable than you thought. But since this is pre-recorded, I can't comment on your predictions in real time. That said, it's still a safe bet that Nord is even more affordable than you thought. I'm happy to announce that in India, Nord starts at 24,999 and releases starting August 4th. It will be available to purchase on Amazon, OnePlus.in, and in OnePlus Experience and partner stores. In Europe, Nord will start at €399 and £379. It will be available on August 4th from OnePlus.com, as well as our carrier and retail partners. We've also developed a range of accessories for the Nord, including cases that will keep it protected while still retaining its lightweight and minimalist design. Find out more at nord.oneplus.com. And lastly, here's the pricing for the OnePlus Buds. We'll have more details to share about a release date in the future, so stay tuned. Now, we want to bring a demo area to the homes of each and every one of you. So for those of you with your AR cardboard, simply pull out the paper phone tucked inside to go hands-on
You have to do it,
with the Nord.
Let's see. Here's the cardboard.
And make sure to share your experience on Instagram using the hashtag OnePlus Nord AR for a chance to win the real thing. And that marks the end of the world's first smartphone launch done entirely in AR. So what's next? This new path is as much ours as it is yours. Together, with our community, we're going to continue to push ourselves in ways we've never done before. This is our new beginning.
There it is.
I'd like to thank everyone for taking part in today's event. I'd also like to thank every member of the Nord team. Today wouldn't have been possible without the help of each and every one of you. So thank you, everyone. Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series.
Head over to the channel right now.
Are you ready?
The OnePlus 8 series.
OnePlus 7T series. This is OnePlus 6. OnePlus 5. OnePlus 3.
OnePlus 2.
Returning to the roots.
You're allowed down, Nino?
Dear past, we know that you have big plans for us. Paths to success that you see as the only way forward.
Will, I don't know if you knew that, but I'm a big future guy. And I love a new age. I love living in the new era. Neo Tokyo, that's my style. And if it ain't Neo, I'm not with it.
Perfect.
gonna be quiet. Listen to this. Oh, baby. Look at that. Now, the thing that actually strikes you right away with this device compared to the other OnePlus devices, as Carl mentioned in the AR video there, the curve of the edge, it's a much softer curve rather than coming to the thinnest point possible. And that does two things, right? First off, you might say, well, the phone ends up feeling thicker, but then upon the sort of secondary exposure, you realize it makes it very comfy as well, because your hand you got a curve to your hand, and so that's what they went with actually on the Nord device. It's almost like a perfect curve.